You are still grading the day you just lived. You can feel the marking happening in the dark, quiet and constant, like a teacher who will not put the red pen down. The email you answered too sharply. The hour you wasted and cannot get back. The version of yourself you meant to be this morning and somehow were not again. You lie here adding it all up and the number always comes out the same, a little short, a little disappointing. A day that was supposed to be better and a person who was supposed to be better in it. Tonight you stop grading and start forgiving, not the way you forgive someone else, the way you forgive yourself. The day was imperfect and so were you in it, and that is exactly the day you must hand back before you sleep. There is a line in the oldest book on the shelf, written by someone sitting in the ruins of everything he loved, and it says something strange about mornings. The book is Lamentations, and the man writing it has watched his city burn. He has every reason to lie awake cataloging the wreckage, and yet in the middle of the grief he turns and says in the old King James English, "It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not. They are new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness." Sit with that one word, new. Whatever the day took from him, whatever he did or failed to do inside it, he is telling himself that mercy does not run out overnight. It is renewed by morning, restocked while he sleeps, waiting for him on the other side of the dark. Which means the failures of today are not a sentence he has to keep serving. They do not consume him. He is allowed to set the burned day down precisely, because the morning will arrive with something new in its hands. There is an older practice that lives in the same instinct, in the Jewish bedtime tradition. Before sleep, the night prayers include a blessing for the one who brings sleep upon the eyes, and woven into that bedtime liturgy is an act most of us never learned. Before you close your eyes, you forgive. You forgive the people who wronged you that day, and just as deliberately you forgive yourself. You release the day on purpose out loud, so you are not still holding it when sleep comes. It is a discipline, not a mood. The forgiving is something you do, the last thing every night, whether the day deserved it or not. Notice what kind of forgiveness this is. It is not excusing. The man in the ruins is not pretending the city stands. The bedtime prayer is not pretending you got it all right. To forgive the day is not to give it a passing grade it did not earn. It is to stop carrying it. You can hold the day accountable and still refuse to drag it into your sleep. Those were always two different acts, and the night needs the second one. There is a difference between learning from a failure and being punished by it, and most of us blur the two until midnight. Watch how you speak to yourself about today. If a good friend came to you tonight and confessed the same things you are confessing in the dark, the snapped reply, the wasted hour, the promise quietly broken, you would not pile on. You would be kind. You would remind them that one bad hour is not a verdict on a whole person, that everyone falls short, that this is what being human costs. The teachers of self-compassion point at exactly this gap. We offer strangers a gentleness we deny ourselves, and the cruelty we save for our own failures is not honesty. It is just cruelty wearing honesty's coat. And here is the part that loosens the grip. You are not the only one who fell short today. Falling short is not your private defect. It is the common weather of being a person. The friend you would forgive so easily is forgivable because they are human, and you are human on exactly the same terms. The imperfect day is not evidence that something is uniquely wrong with you. It is evidence that you lived a real day, the only kind there is. So you meet your own failures the way you would meet a friend's, plainly, without excusing them and without the contempt. You let the lesson stay and let the punishment go. That is what forgiving the day actually is, the last discipline of the night, the one that finally lets the marking stop. So tonight, hand the day back, gently, the whole imperfect thing. I forgive the day for not being the day I planned. I forgive myself for not being who I meant to be in it. I keep the lesson and I set down the punishment. I speak to my own failures the way I would to a friend's. I am not the only one who fell short, and I am not condemned for it. I let the day go, knowing mercy is new in the morning. May I be peaceful tonight, may I be at ease. The day is forgiven and you are forgiven, and there is nothing left to carry into the dark, so let the grading go quiet at last, the red pen set down, the long account of everything you should have done dissolving into the simple fact that you lived a real and imperfect day, and you are allowed to rest from it. Mercy restocking somewhere while you sleep, new by morning the way it was promised. The snapped word and the wasted hour and the broken little promise all handed back with the kindness you would give a friend. Nothing excused, nothing dragged forward, only the breath and the dark and the goodwill you finally turn toward yourself. May you be peaceful, may you be at ease. And past this sleep, a new day will call you back, to re-earn what you were given. The inheritance Goethe said you must work to truly possess, and Musonius Rufus said is proven only in the living of it. But that labor and that courage belong to tomorrow, not to tonight. For now you let the imperfect day be forgiven, set down and gently closed, and you rest. Begin disciplined, end reflective.